Hey guys, I'm going to be digging some potatoes today, and as you may or may not know, we did 3 different types of plantings. We did one early on. It was kind of at the end of March, and we covered it with a bonnet so it would get additional heat. We did that because our seed potatoes were really sprouting, and I just wanted to get something in the ground early. Then we did 2 other plantings. We did, and that was towards the beginning of May. We did one in a deep raised bed planted directly into dirt, and then we did another deep raised bed but planted under a layer of straw mulch, and that's our favorite way so far. But all 3, we're just looking to see in what locations and what methods are going to give us the largest potatoes and the largest yields. And we're also planning on doing a second planting in each of those beds based on the method that worked best the first time. So today I'll be digging the early planting that we did in what we call the kitchen garden. That was the one that was under the bonnet that we started back in March. I'm going to dig that up. It's been 95 days, and you want to let potatoes go between 80 and 100 days. And also it's based on what the top of the plant looks like, and ours are starting to fall over. So I think it's about time. So I'm going to dig those up. Follow along. We'll see what kind of a harvest we got, and then we'll be leaving some of them in the ground for our second batch, our fall planting. Okay guys, this is the bed that I'm going to be working on today. You can see how the leaves are starting to yellow and the plants are starting to fall over. Here's an example. These are ready to come up, I think. But just to give you an idea, the dimensions of the bed are about, this one is maybe 3 foot by 8 foot, and I'm going to say about 20 inches deep. So let me start by clearing the top of this off. Once I get that done, we'll start digging and see what we've got. I just finished pulling all the potato greens, and now I have a nice clean bed. I can start digging and kind of folding the dirt and seeing what I can find. Sort of like an Easter egg hunt. So I'll get back to you and we'll see what we got. You have to excuse me, it is a little over 90 degrees and 60% humidity, so I'm ready for a shower and a nap. Anyway. We got some decent potatoes. I wouldn't call any of these baking potatoes, but they're decent. We got 23 pounds, 8 ounces from that little garden. Not bad. This is a mix of russet potatoes, Maine white potatoes. It's just a mix of different seed potato we had that was all shooting eyes real early. The eyes were getting long, and this is what we got. So that wasn't too bad for a small garden planted in the end of March. The way we did that particular bed and the way we plant most of our potatoes is we don't mound, we just plant deep. So without cutting the potatoes up, we just put the seed potatoes in whole, bury them about 12 inches down, maybe 6 inches apart from each other, and then bury them and hope for the best. And as far as the other beds go, they were planted basically the same way. One was planted exactly the same as this bed, except we didn't use a bonnet, and we planted a little bit later, so we didn't have to worry about frost or anything once the potatoes started coming up. And then the third bed is planted exactly the same way, except instead of burying, after digging the trench and burying them 12 inches down, that trench is then filled and the entire bed is topped with straw as a mulch. And the potatoes basically grow within that. Now with this bed, all of these potatoes were planted about 12 inches down, and for the most part, I only had to dig about 12 inches out of the 20 some odd inches within the grow bed. I probably dug down maybe 18 inches before I wasn't hitting anything. So I'm going to guess most of the potatoes were between maybe 14 inches deep to right up to the surface. So I'd call this one a success. We'll have to see what the other beds yield as far as size and quantity. Stay tuned. We'll have a video for each of those beds as well. So what I'm going to do next with these is get them washed up. And when I say by washed up, I don't mean washed in the sink. I mean just wipe off any of this loose dirt that's on there. I'll clean them up a little bit. I leave the dirt on them for storage, but I'm going to wipe them off a little bit, and then I'm going to lay them out to dry where there's plenty of wind, but I'm going to make sure they're also in the shade. So just a lot of ventilation and not a whole lot of sun. Let them kind of dry. Once they're dry, they're ready for storage. I'll put them in potato bags and hang them in the root cellar. I'll pick some of the smaller potatoes, like these, the walnut-sized potatoes. Those are probably going to go right back into the ground again. I'm going to hope for a fall harvest. And any of the other smaller ones are just going to get canned as whole potatoes. I know this video was kind of short, but I wanted to get something out there. I didn't want to just dig up this bed and then wish I had filmed it later. But anyway, if you have any questions at all about potatoes, how we grow our potatoes, how we use our potatoes, how we store our potatoes, process, all of these are going to be preserved. Some will be used fresh, and then I can put together a video based on your comments. Let me know what you want to know. Let me have some tips, tricks that maybe you have when you grow your potatoes, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy our videos and want to help us out, please like this video and subscribe. If you know someone who would like our videos, make sure to share, as this really helps our channel out. Again, thanks, and see you soon.